Hey YouTube, welcome back to the Slice of Knife. My name is Alex, and today we are looking at a little bit of an older knife, but a classic knife in the Benchmade Osborne 940 or 940 Osborne, I guess maybe that's the way you want to say that. So I have it in the box. I'll tell you a little bit about this before I go into it and before we reveal it. I did get this secondhand. Um, but so it's I haven't really used it a whole lot. But it's I mean, it's a cool looking knife. It's S30V steel, black G10 handles, axis lock, reversible pocket clip, tip up carry, all that kind of stuff. Almost just under a 3.5 inch blade length. But anyways, before we, or I guess as we get all this, let's go into it. So, came in the box, this Benchmade box with a bag. Very cool, nice, all that stuff. It's got a little extra Benchmade things in there. Let's move that. We don't need that. Here we go. Here it is. The Osborne. For secondhand, it's in very good condition. Definitely don't have any complaints about that. So very cool. Um, Got it for a fraction of the price. I mean, you're looking at this thing is a $200 knife, and but I did not get it for $200. Without further ado, star of the show, the blade. This blade is it's what am I trying to say here? Oh, reverse tanto. It's a reverse tanto blade. Nice action, pretty good drop shot. Again, secondhand, this thing might not be as slick as it could be right from the factory, but honestly, it's pretty slick right now, even so. So definitely no complaints about it there. Got your axis lock, patented axis lock. Got your kind of green little cool spacers. I like that, those green spacers. Just like a nice little look for sure. Deep carry pocket clip, again, as I said, reversible. Get your little Benchmade logo on there. It is very deep carry. You're not showing but a millimeter out of the top. It's got your dual thumb stud. Um, you know, Definitely very nice the way that it handles. Um, just a really a pretty solid knife. Centered blade, all that kind of stuff. Very nice knife for sure. I do like it. I do like the way it looks. I kind of like that it has that thin. It's a little longer, but it's kind of got a little bit of a thin contour. I like that. I don't. I wish the blade had a little bit of jimping, and I kind of wish the choil. Kind of wish there it was like a bit of a choil right there that you could get in there with some jimping. That would be really nice for this blade, in my opinion. But definitely not a bad blade by any stretch of the imagination. At $200, that's a tough one. I mean, it's a Benchmade. Don't get me wrong, Benchmade's great quality knife. Um, you know, like they're kind of the standard in American knives. Hot take. Maybe the standard. I don't know. Spyderco also obviously there. Um, Satin finish on the blade, which is nice. It's a flat grind, all that kind of stuff. You get your little. Let's flip that there. See if we can get that. You get your Osborne, just very nice. I mean, nothing a cool knife. It does. I'll say this. So again, I have smaller hands. For those of you who watched the channel before, I have smaller hands. It fits in there just fine with a little extra kind of space there on it for grip. Um, I mean, it feels good. It feels really good. Um, I can't say anything bad about it. But I will say this: I'm a little underwhelmed by it, meaning it's like good, but it doesn't really do anything for me. There's nothing bad. I can't say there's anything wrong with it. It's just kind of like when you put all the good stuff together and you really take a look at it, I'm just not feeling it. Uh, I'm not saying don't get it. It's nicer than it's a little longer. For an EDC, I usually like my EDCs like 3 1/4 or less. That's just me. This one's not much bigger, but it's a little bigger. Um, as compared to, for instance, as I've done on this channel before, go back to an old favorite, the Civivi Yonder. there's some significant length there in the handle and the blade. I mean, the handle, you got a half to about a half-inch longer handle, and then you're, obviously combined with the blade, that's a full half, maybe a little over a half, 2/3 of an inch longer. I mean, it's a bigger profile. I don't dislike the knife. I don't dislike it. I don't want you to think that. I don't want that to sway anybody of like, oh yeah, I don't like this knife. I just don't love it. I guess that's really it. I don't think it's bad. I think it's a good knife. I think if you can afford it and you want to get it, I don't think you'll be displeased. I think it's got a nice G10 handle, and for some other people, maybe it really just fits just right. They kind of have the jimping and the liners there. That's sort of nice. So I guess they do have a little bit of jimping up there. So, but it's subtle. It's subtle, which is good. I mean, again, not. It's hard to say this. Would I buy this knife again? No. I may try to resell this or trade it. I'm probably not going to keep it. It's not a bad knife by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's a good knife. I like the knife. I just don't love it. And at its price point, so for me, and this is not everybody, some people have much different price points. For me, like my sweet spot of knives for like when I feel like I'm spending kind of good money, but like don't feel like scared of using it, it's like around $75, $80. Like that's if that at the max. When I get to $100 knife, it makes me feel a little more like I want to be careful with it. And when you're talking about a 150 plus, then I really want to be careful with it. So I think that's kind of where this goes. Is it's a little bit high priced for me. That's not for everybody. It's a little high priced for me to carry around and not love it. If I'm going to carry around a $200 knife, I better love the thing. If something happens to it, something happens to it. I mean, it's a Benchmade. They have a great warranty and all that kind of stuff. So, might be fine. So, I mean, again, there's a lot of good stuff. It's hard for me to say no, and I guess I'm not. I'm saying yes, maybe for you. Again, nothing wrong with it. Good in the hand, all that kind of stuff. It just doesn't wow me. For $200, I need to be wowed, and that's I guess where I'm at with this. Good knife, solid knife, no problem with it. But at $200, doesn't wow me. I know you can get them for less than 200. I got this for less than 200, but at $200, doesn't wow me. But it might be right for you. I'd love to hear comments in the thread below. Absolutely, I know it's a hot take, especially a Benchmade. I mean, although there's a fair amount of you got your Benchmade haters. I'm certainly not that. And then you got your Benchmade lovers, fanboys, and I'm certainly not that either. I think they make a good knife. I don't think there's anything wrong with this knife, but just not for me. Leave a comment below. Like and subscribe if you like what you heard. Maybe like and subscribe, and we can debate on more knives that you like that I don't, or knives that I like and you don't. Who knows? Might be fun. Anyways. Thanks for visiting the Slice and Knife, and we'll see you next time.